I want to talk about that old Boy Scout motto, be prepared. We're looking at going into another ice age here, not global warming. And it's kind of interesting that, there's whole states gridlocked. There's people who've been on the highways for 16 hours snowed in. People can't get to them. They can't go anyplace. School buses, no bathrooms on their kids in the buses for 11 hours. No water, no food, no bath on here. Well, be prepared is the motto. So what I want you to do is get a hold of the book, God Bless America. It tells you how to be prepared for all kinds of natural disasters, home invasions by foreign enemies, grid attacks to where hackers knock down the grid for weeks, and electricity goes down, stores, people, earthquakes are coming, tsunamis are coming, so people rush and get all the water and stuff out of the grocery. What are you going to do? Well, what I want you to do is get a hold of that book, God Bless America. It teaches you what to do in advance, how to be prepared for these things. The book, so the trilogy of books, Let's Play Doctor, Let's Be Herbal Doctor, and the Passport to Aromatherapy, teaches you how to deal with injuries, right, and how to prepare for those. And so what I want you to do, of course, is get a hold of Go Foods. Go Foods have a 25-year shelf life. You can kind of nibble on some of those meals every week and then add new ones in the back of the pile, first in, first out kind of thing. And so you know how to make them, you know what you need to do to make them taste good for yourself, and so on. We have new menus come along with Go Foods. I'm so excited about what we're doing here with that. And then we have the Healthy Start Packs, of course. We have the BTT 2.0 and the BTT, the original flavor, in sticks that come 30 in a box. And they last for a couple of years before they go out of date. And then, of course, we have the Healthy Start Pack to Go packs, the little envelopes, and I'd have 2 per day, 2 of those envelopes per day per individual, so it'd be 2 boxes a month for individual and the family. And then you want to get Java Fit coffee. Why not have your own coffee there? Java Fit, great premium roast coffee by Longevity. Oh, yeah. And then Pure Works disinfectant, because there's going to be bugs everywhere. It's going to be filthy when they have these disasters. Then I want you to get, in addition to Pure Works, the soap, the lotion, the spray, the foam, I want you to get our colloidal silver for wounds and scratches and things that could get infected. You're not going to have access to a doctor and pharmacies to get antibiotics. So once you get the colloidal silver, the Pure Works, don't forget the Killer Biotic, have some of that around, and then the tea tree oil and eucalyptus oils, for those for lung infections and things you can inhale in case there's stuff going around in the air. And this is the sort of stuff you have to do. You have to be prepared. Once the disaster occurs and everybody's set to their own devices for a couple of weeks, what are you going to do? It's too late then. So what I do for each one of my family members, I have a to-go bag. It's kind of like a giant backpack. And it has a month's supply of supplements. Then also in the house, I have a 3-month supply of supplements for everybody in the family who lives within a couple hours drive. And then this includes my kids, my grandkids, and my great-grandkids. And I have water, of course. I have our water. I have a supply of Rebound, okay, because it's, not only is it liquid to replace fluids, but also it has 100 nutrients in a Rebound. And other sports drinks that have 2 nutrients or 6 nutrients. Ours has 100. So Rebound is good. And I also like the ACT, Pollen Burst. These are great energy drinks and so forth. We have so many things that have really long shelf lives. You need to have this stuff available for disasters, because disasters are going to occur. Tornadoes, hurricanes, floods, wildfires, earthquakes, snow, ice. It's like crazy. In the last couple of years, they're all whining about global warming, and it's never been warm. It's all getting colder and colder and colder. So I think they missed that one. And but you don't have to miss being prepared, because Longevity has everything you need for your family to survive for weeks and weeks and months, even years. We have a year's supply of everything for our. And, of course, we have ammunition. We have weapons of every kind. And so this is to, if I need to go out and shoot a quail or a deer to eat or rabbits to feed my grandkids, I'm going to do it, okay? Even if it isn't rabbit season. I mean, if there is snow everywhere, people can't get to the grocery stores. If you could, there's nothing to get because everybody got it earlier. And so what are you going to do to feed your family? You have to be prepared. And so I urge you, stack wood up, have some wood, have matches, have cigarette lighters, have everything you need to do to keep warm. You need heavy clothes. People ask me, coming back into the country the other day for the Bahamas, the customs guy said, well, why do you have 5 suitcases? You're only out of the country for 3 days. Well, that's because I'm on the road 6 or 8 weeks at a time, and I go from 20 below zero up in eastern Canada to 85 degrees in the Bahamas, and I can't afford to be without my supplements, so I take my supplements twice a day. I need to have all this. Okay, Doug, what pearls of wisdom do you have for us?
Thought we'd talk today about lupus, as I've got a Fox News story here with the headline, U.S. approves first lupus drug in 50 years. And it's interesting, there's a whole big article about this new drug coming out in combination with the Human Genome Sciences Incorporated and GlaxoSmithKline, and it's called Benlysta. And it's interesting, this whole article, they don't actually say how the drug actually works, but they got quotes in here from a bunch of doctors that treat people with lupus. One is a Dr. Enka Askanese from New York City's University of Medicine at New York Hospital, and they go on to say, he says, it's a big success. It opens the way for more FDA-approved lupus drugs, and they say that current therapies really often fail, and all they do, according to one doctor with the FDA, Dr. Curtis Rosenbaum, he says, Benlysta, when used with existing therapies, may be an important new treatment approach to help manage symptoms. So once again, all they're doing is treating the symptoms of a particular disease rather than trying to find out the what actually causes it and treat the cause rather than the symptoms. And of course, the big story in this is that they're expecting this to make billions of dollars for GlaxoSmithKline and this Human Genome Sciences Incorporated. They say that just on the news that this drug was approved, their shares shot up, and they're expecting global sales to exceed $3 billion, that's billion with a B, by 2015. And they go on to talk about, the symptoms of lupus, that arthritis, kidney damage, chest pain, skin rashes, severe fatigue, and other problems. They say symptoms often wax and wane, and organ damage can be fatal. They estimate about 5 million people worldwide have the disease. And what I found interesting, though, is that they say right after, a little ways down after they talk about all the money that's going to be made on this drug, they go, more deaths and serious infections were reported with Benlysta compared to the placebo in clinical studies. So they already know it's got some problems. And the drug will cost the average patient just a mere $35,000 each year. I think I'd be rather wanting to just deal with the symptoms myself.
Well, it's kind of interesting, Doug, because if these people with lupus, and I deal with a lot of lupus patients, if they get on a gluten-free diet, absolutely no wheat, barley, rye, or oats in any form, they get on the 90 essential nutrients with a special emphasis on the nutrients necessary to support and promote healthy maintenance and repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone matrix, and bone itself. It just goes away. It's a simple nutritional deficiency disease based on a gluten sensitivity, a gluten intolerance. So you got to get on a gluten-free diet. That's a forever thing. You take the 90 essential nutrients. I'd be a little heavy-handed. I'd give 1.5 times would be the normal calculated dose. And these people will do very well. We do it all the time. And it's just really tragic that people would rather run up their insurance bill and increase their insurance costs for everybody by taking a drug like that to relieve symptoms, plus accept the consequences, as you point out, of the terrible side effects, including death, when all they have to do is go on a gluten-free diet, supplement with a Mighty 90 appropriate for their body weight, plus 50% more, and it just goes away. Give me 90 days, just like I tell people with arthritis, with low back problems, diabetes, high blood pressure, coronary artery disease, things like kidney failure, people who are on dialysis, also people who have problems with lupus, fibromyalgia, sarcoidosis, all of which are kind of the same global family of connective tissue failure. Give me 90 days and see if you get one itsy-bitsy little bit of improvement. And I just have to smile here because, as you say, we know there's going to be problems with this drug because we already know that it causes increased rates of infection and global organ meltdown and all this other stuff. So why on earth would anybody take those things without first giving me, Dr. Wallach, the mineral doctor, 90 days? We'll be back with more truth, justice, and the longevity way after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Phoenix, Arizona, and Wes, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Well, Wes, you're on the air.
Dr. Wallach, I'm here with Becky. Becky's been struggling with many things. One, food allergies, kidney stones, some chronic pain. I've got Becky here on the line with me. She just wants to know what she needs to do to turn her health around.
Okay, sure. Well, first of all, Becky, how old are you?
I'm 39.
And what do you weigh?
I weigh 123.
Okay, and how tall are you?
5'2.5".
All righty. And Wes says you have food allergies. What does that mean?
I'm allergic to cow's milk.
Okay, so you have a milk allergy.
Yes.
Anything else?
Allergy-wise, no, but I've constant, last 10 years, I've had kidney stones, probably one every year. And
okay. What did your doctors tell you? What did your doctors tell you to do about that?
Well, they told me not to take hardly any calcium because that's what's causing it.
Okay.
So
well, the first thing you need to do, Becky, is fire all those doctors, find you a lawyer, and sue them for all the cost and misery, lost work, any out-of-pocket costs you've accumulated over these 10 years, because the cause of kidney stones, and I've written many papers on this that have been published in scientific journals, and it's in books that are in the Smithsonian Institute. The cause of kidney stones is a raging calcium deficiency. And I would bet that you have other signs of calcium deficiency. Have you had any children?
Yes, 2.
Okay. And did you have Bell's palsy or muscle cramps or anything like that when you were pregnant?
Muscle cramps.
Okay. And then what about any skin problems, eczema, dermatitis?
No. Mm-mm.
Did you have asthma as a kid?
No.
Okay, that's good. That makes it easy. Let's see here. Do you have any receding gums or pockets in your gums or any periodontal disease? Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay.
I also have candida, too, which most doctors don't have a clue of, but I've had to research myself for the last 6 years and still have no answers. I have chronic pain in my intestines.
Oh, okay. Now, the reason why you have chronic pain in your intestines, are we talking about gas pains, or do you feel like somebody's pulling a dry wash rag through your intestines?
Well, no. It's just chronic pain. Like, it's in the same exact spot, and it's pain. I thought
Okay, now where is that pain at? Is it down in your groin where your appendix is, or is it where your gallbladder is under your right ribs, or what?
Okay, if you're at your belly button and you go 2 inches to the left, that's the spot right there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, have they diagnosed you with anything like diverticulitis or Crohn's disease or irritable bowel syndrome or anything?
Nothing.
Okay, now your children, do they have any health problems?
None that I know of.
Okay, well, this is your lucky day because we're going to solve all your problems. So hang on, Becky. Whip out your pen and pencil. We'll come back with everything you need to know to add 25 healthy years to your life and solve all your daily problems. We'll be back after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go right back to Arizona and Wes with Becky. Okay, what we have to do is deal with the milk allergies. I would just give up cow's milk. You don't really need it. But we're going to get you the minerals in another way here. I'd give up gluten, no wheat, barley, rye, or oats. That includes beer, scotch, and bourbon, all cereals, pasta, breads, muffins, Pop-Tarts, Pillsbury toasters, strudels, things like pancakes, waffles, gravies, even meatloaf, anything that might have wheat in it. You got to read labels. I was reading labels in a household today for somebody who has gluten intolerance. Couldn't figure out what was going wrong. They were eating rice-a-roni. Well, you figure it's rice. No. The second ingredient is wheat. And so you have to really read labels because wheat is everywhere. Barley is everywhere. Oats are everywhere. No oatmeal, no kashi, no granola. You can have sweet potatoes with melted butter on them. You can have squash with melted butter. You can have rice, millet, buckwheat, which is not wheat, flax. You got to eat vegetables and all kinds of animal proteins. Nothing fried. No processed meats with nitrates, nitrites. Absolutely no carbonated drinks of any kind with meals. Absolutely no alkaline water with meals an hour before, during, or an hour after the meals because it will neutralize stomach acid. And in your case, you must have an enormous amount of stomach acid to make sure that you're absorbing the minerals. And here we go. The supplement program looks like this. For 123 pounds, I would go a little bit heavy to begin with because you're having all this pathology. I would definitely take 2 healthy starter packs per month. I would take an ounce of the OsteoFX for breakfast, an ounce of the OsteoFX Plus for dinner. That'll be the 2 quarts of OsteoFX Plus per month. 2 scoops of the Beyond Tangerine NutriCrystals at breakfast and 8 ounces of water. 2 scoops of the Beyond Tangerine NutriCrystals and 8 ounces of water with dinner. That's 2 canisters per month. It's 130 nutrients, vitamins, minerals, amino acids. Plus, it has the 115 berries, fruits, and vegetables in it for antioxidant points, ORAC points. And then the 90, what do you call it, the EFAs. I want you to take, or EFA pluses. I want you to take 1, 2, 3 a day. 3 days, 1 at breakfast, 1 at lunch, 1 at dinner. You can actually take them all at one meal if you would, but I prefer to split them up. And let's see here. I would also take what we call the glucogel. If you're not allergic to shellfish, you can have glucogel. Take 5 of those twice a day. It's 2 of the 240 count bottles per month. If you are allergic to shellfish or a vegetarian, what I want you to do is use the Fucoid Z. Take 5 of those twice a day. They come from a brown marine algae from northern Japan. Let's see here. That covers that. That covers supplements. And then call us every 2 weeks because you are going to be a new woman. Your energies are going to grow up. Your cramps go away. Unless you have some kidney stones lurking in your kidney that you've already had there for a while, the odds of you producing new ones will be reduced to 0 because kidney stone formation is due to a raging osteoporosis. We're able to support and promote healthy maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone matrix, and bone itself. That includes the bones in your face and jaw. As the bones repair in your face and jaw, your gums will unrecede or actually lift back up because when you have osteoporosis of your face, there's nothing to sit on, so your gums recede. The pockets will go from 8 down to 0, and you'll be a new woman. Call me every 2 weeks. Wes and Becky, give me a progress or lack of progress report. We're going to walk through this one together, and Becky's going to be one of our poster girls. Okay, we only have a moment left here, and I'm going to go ahead and take it and say, get a hold of that book, Immortality, and learn how the secrets of the top 20 longevity cultures work. They're amazing people. You don't even know what they're doing. But Malan and I figured it out, and you can have the information too.
Let's head to Phoenix, Arizona, and Johnny, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Johnny, you're on the air.
Hello, Dr. Wallach. Quick
Yes,
question.
sir.
I have a customer who's been on the Healthy Start pack as well as Sweeties for a week is all. She's diabetic, and other than that, she's overall fairly healthy. She's noticed some constipation, and I just wanted some ideas from you on how to address that concern.
Sure. Okay, what I need to know is, has her blood sugar begun to come down?
I don't know.
Well, see, that's more important to me than a little constipation, right?
Right.
That's why she took the stuff, and so I need to know that. But when people get constipated, what they need to do is drink more water, eat more green leafy vegetables, that kind of stuff. That's where I want to go. I could give her some herbs that'll, unconstipate her, but I'd rather have her do it with drinking more water. The average person, particularly out there in the desert of Arizona, doesn't drink enough water, 8 to 10 glasses of water a day. Green leafy vegetables at least twice a day. That includes things like spinach, romaine lettuce, iceberg lettuce, celery, right? Carrots, tomatoes, all that kind of stuff. We need to eat more of that kind of thing. And 8 to 10 glasses of water a day. But find out what the blood sugar is, because remember, Don't let the mosquitoes get you, because we're looking at the bigger war here. Okay, do you have a second question?
That's all. Thank you.
Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
So let's head to Leeds, Utah, and Maureen, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Maureen, you're on the air.
Yes, Dr. Wallach, I had some questions.
Yes, ma'am.
My husband and I had started taking the minerals, calcium, all these various things. As for my husband, he is on medications. He's experienced some lightheadedness. I wanted to...
Okay, I don't know if Maureen's driving or what, but we've lost Maureen, so let's go to another caller. Hello?
Hello?
Okay, I lost you there for a minute. Maureen, are you driving?
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm on a landline.
Okay. All right, well, let's try this again, because all I heard was I didn't hear any words.
Sorry. I just wanted to see some interactions that might happen. My husband started taking the Healthy Pack and all the various, selenium, calcium, enzymes, EFAs, the minerals, calcium. But he is taking Coumadin, the blood thinner.
Okay, well, back up. Why is he taking all this stuff? Why is he taking Coumadin?
Well, because his doctors have put him on it. He had a stent placed in his heart.
I mean, does he have a heart attack? Did he have a stroke? I need to know what's going on here. Huh?
He had a mini stroke, and he's had a slight heart attack at one time.
Okay, stroke and heart attack. Okay.
He came under their care, and so he's religiously following their protocol.
And so the question today is
how these medications that I can list off that he takes, how they would interact with any of the nutrients that we're given.
Yeah, well, I wish the nutrients would interact with the medicines and relieve him of all the potential side effects of the drugs, but they won't, unfortunately. The nutrients are just food, okay? Yeah. And so what we need to do is, after a month or two on the nutrient program, he needs to make an appointment with his doctor and say, hey, I need to start weaning off of some of my medication. I want to reduce my medications. I feel like I'm taking too much medications. I don't like the side effects. I want you to pick one. If I'm taking 12 medications, I want you to pick one of them and help me wean off of it. Okay? And that's what your husband's got to do. And is your husband a diabetic?
No.
Okay. Does he have high blood pressure?
Yes.
Okay. Well, high blood pressure, to me, would be the easiest one for him to wean the medication off of, because he can monitor his blood pressure, right? And so he has to either get a machine himself or go to CVS pharmacy once a day and keep a logbook of his blood pressure. And after about a month or two on the supplement program, what he needs to do then is consider cutting his blood pressure medications by, say, 10-20%. And then go for 2 weeks and take his blood pressure every day. If it stays down to where it was and not go back up, then he can, after 2 weeks, cut another 10 or 20%. If he's concerned about taking that responsibility, he could go visit his doctor every 2 weeks and have the doctor reduce his medication. But that would be, to me, the one that would be the easiest one, because he can monitor it. He can actually check his blood pressure, and he's got his finger on the pulse, what's going on there. All the other medications, some of them, like some of the statin drugs, reduce cholesterol. He could talk to the pharmacist, and some of them, like Lipitor, you can just cold turkey off of that one without any concerns of consequences. And so he needs to check with the pharmacist and see if he's on any cholesterol-lowering drugs, and see if he can either wean off of or drop those. And then the Coumadin would be one I think he could wean off of, but I would only do that by following the numbers. In other words, he's going to have to go in on a regular basis, say every 2 weeks or every 30 days, and have his PT time, his prothrombin time taken. And as long as his prothrombin time, his blood and clotting time is in the normal range, he should be able to reduce his Coumadin just a little bit, 10%, 20%. And then when he goes back in next time, if it's still in the normal range, then he can reduce it some more. So Coumadin is one I would reduce by the numbers, because it can have effects if you take it away too quickly, and can result in blood clotting and all that kind of stuff. And so I would do that one only by the numbers. Some of them he can give up cold turkey. Some of them he has to wean off of, like the blood pressure medication, again, based on the numbers. And this is where the pharmacist who is fulfilling those prescriptions and the doctor who's writing the prescriptions can help him. If the doctor refuses and says, nope, you got to stay on these things forever, you have to say to the doctor, okay, we respectfully terminate you, and we're going to find another doctor. The phone book is full of hungry doctors today. And you call the doctors and say, I want to get off of some of my medications, reduce them. Will you do it? Nope, hang up. Nope, hang up. Nope, hang up. And when you find one that says, well, yeah, we'll work with you, that's the one you want to make an appointment with. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Menlo Park, California. And Evelyn, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Evelyn, you're on the air.
Hi.
Hi, what's up?
I had surgery a couple of months ago to remove some cancer in my colon. It was the small intestines that were removed, and I'm recovering now, but I'm having flatulent problems.
Okay, now I want to back up here. You said you had cancer in the colon, and they removed your small intestines.
Yes.
Okay, did the cancer from your colon spread to the small intestines, or is it really in the small intestines?
It was a stage 2, and it did not spread to the lymph nodes.
Okay, I'm still missing something because the small intestines are not the colon. If the cancer is in the colon...
I misstated that. I had a part of my small colon, I'm sorry, I can't think.
That's all right. Just
okay.
Calm down.
All right. Forget the colon. I had a small part of my intestines removed because it had a stage 2 cancer.
Okay.
The lymph nodes were not affected, so therefore no radiation and no chemotherapy was recommended.
Okay.
But
Did this cancer come from someplace else, or was the intestine the original place?
Say that again?
Was the intestine the original tumor, or did it come from someplace else?
No, it came from just the intestines.
Okay, well, hang on. We'll be back with you, Evelyn, after these messages. We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Longevity. And Doug, we're going right back to California. And Evelyn, what do you weigh?
132.
I'm sorry, 132. 32, okay. Do you have any other problems such as arthritis or diabetes or high blood pressure or low thyroid or skin problems?
Just arthritis and high blood pressure. But the
arthritis.
But the high blood pressure is really under control.
Okay.
I eat a lot of.
Then did you have asthma as a kid?
No.
Okay, here we go. Whip out your pencil. Because you have cancer, you got to give up bad stuff that caused the cancer. No processed meats with nitrates and nitrites. That means no deli slices, no sandwich meats, absolutely no sausage, ham, bacon, bologna, salami, pastrami, pepperoni, jerky, corned beef, Spam, other canned meats, hot dogs, nothing with nitrates and nitrites. No fried foods of any kind. Absolutely no gluten, no wheat, barley, rye, or oats. You can live on rice, sweet potatoes, squash, vegetables, eggs, everything, but red meat's fine, but nothing fried. Everything has to be roast, stewed, baked, or boiled. And then no carbonated drinks during meals. No alkaline water during meals, an hour before, during, or an hour after the meals, because they will neutralize stomach acid, reduce the ability to absorb minerals, reduce the ability to absorb vitamin B12, reduce the ability to digest proteins. Then, from a supplement standpoint, we got to be a little bit heavy here because you got 3 major diseases: a life-threatening disease, cancer; a life-threatening disease, high blood pressure. Even though you think it's under control, the symptoms are just under control, but the cause of the high blood pressure is not under control. And arthritis, arthritis and high blood pressure have a very closely related cause. Okay, here we go. From a supplement standpoint, I'd like you to take 1 healthy starter pack, a full dose of everything in the morning, 1 healthy starter pack, a full dose of everything at dinner time. So that'll be 2 healthy starter packs per month. That's 1 ounce of the Osteo FX Plus at breakfast, 1 at dinner. 2 scoops of the Beyond Tangerine, 8 ounces of water with breakfast. 2 of the scoops of the Beyond Tangerine, Nutri-Crystals, and 8 ounces of water with dinner. That's 2 canisters per month. That's 2 quarts of the Osteo FX Plus a month. I want you to take 3 of the EFA Pluses at breakfast, 3 at dinner. That'll be the 2 healthy starter packs per month. We'll cover those 2 doses a day of those 3 supplements. Then I want you to take the glucogel. I want you to take 5 of those twice a day. That's to support and promote healthy maintenance, repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone matrix, and bone itself. I want you to take the Ultimate Daily tablets 3 twice a day as 1 bottle a month to support and promote healthy blood flow through blocked arteries, to support and promote healthy blood pressure. And then I want you to get your ORAC points above 100,000. You're going to do that with the Ultimate Selenium. I want you to take 3 of those twice a day. It's 2 bottles a month of the Ultimate Selenium. I would like you to use the Cell Shield RTQ, which has 15,800 ORAC points for every 2 capsules, and the Triple Treat Chocolate, which has 16,936 ORAC points per 1 piece. I want you to, with all that, I want you to get above 100 ORAC points a day. You could do that with 6 pieces of the Triple Treat Chocolate. You could do that with 2 pieces of the Triple Treat Chocolate and 4 pieces of the Cell Shield RTQ, along with your 2 doses of your healthy starter packs per day. Again, the diet is very important here because we have to stop the things that actually cause the cancer. This is a system that you're going to have to work on forever. And supporting your immune system, which is your best friend here, is what we can do. By getting those ORAC points over 100,000, the people who have the fewest cancers, that live the longest, have their ORAC points above 25 to 50,000 a day. In the old days, we used to do juicing, but it was highly variable how many ORAC points you would get because you really didn't know how many were in the juice. Even though they looked good, tasted good, you didn't know. But we're guaranteeing the number of ORAC points. Well, thank you, everybody. Great questions, great testimonies. Thank you so much, Doug and Easton. Superlative job as usual. God bless each and every one of you. God bless our troops, and God bless America.